Hey everyone, Donna here. Let's go back in time for a second. Woo! Woo! The year was 1999. Or 98. I'm not really sure at this point, but doesn't matter. I was wearing butterfly clips and thinking about my future. Gotta get good grades in middle school, Donna, so that you can get into the honors and advanced placement classes in high school. And then, gotta get good grades in high school so that you can get into a good university. Gotta get into a good university so that afterwards you can get a good job. Gotta get a good job so that maybe one day you too can be successful. Yes, I did just create my own echo there. Successful. The point is, I've been pursuing something called success, being successful for as long as I can remember. Actually, okay, no, I guess I'd been going after it as a goal since middle school. I suppose that's when it started. But it feels to me like it's been for as long as I can remember. So then, with all that time and all that energy and all that focus throughout years of my life that I spent on this pursuit of success, you'd think I'd be able to tell you what success would actually look like once I got it, right? Like with all that pursuing of success, running behind it, running after it for years, you'd think I would be able to tell you what exactly it was that I was, chasing after the whole time, right? Nope. Nope. In all those years, and I spent a lot of time doing stuff in the name of pursuing success, of wanting to be successful. And yet, no, I never really had a clear picture in my head of what said success would actually look like once I reached it. I spent years of my life working towards it, putting this pursuit of success ahead of my relationships with loved ones, ahead of my relationship with myself. I told everyone and I told myself that I wanted to be successful, that was my goal. And it seemed to make sense to the people that I told it to. And for a while, it seemed to make sense to me, even though, again, I didn't know what that would actually even mean, be successful. I guess I just assumed that I would know it when I got it. I was that rabbit with the carrot dangling in front of its face, running after the carrot, only replaced the carrot with a nebulous cloud of dust. And I was told there was a carrot in that nebulous cloud of dust, and I was told I should pursue said carrot because... So I did. And every now and then I bit down on something that I thought might be a carrot. But afterwards, that shifting cloud was still right there in front of me. So therefore, I concluded it must, in fact, have not been the carrot after all. So I just kept on chasing it. For years, it never occurred to me to question what it was I was actually chasing, let alone why I was chasing it. Why was I chasing it? I didn't ask myself that until one day I did. Okay, so you have to understand, I had wanted to publish a book with a publisher for, again, it feels like for as long as I can remember, but actually I guess it was probably since I was about 9 or 10. Yeah, really, it was one of those huge, monumental life goals of mine. And I think a part of me thought that once I reached that goal, I thought I would feel some kind of permission to stop my years-long sprint in pursuit of success, again, whatever that was. In other words, I thought I would get the carrot. I thought I would finally get the carrot. I thought that milestone, if I could just publish a book with a publisher, I thought that would be the carrot. Yeah. And then my book came out in 2018 and I was absolutely ecstatic. I don't know if I even have the words to express it. I felt like I was on cloud nine for an extended period of time. The sense of accomplishment was there. The sense of satisfaction that I had achieved a goal that I had been working towards for a very long time was there. The sense of absolute joy I felt holding my book in my hands and reading it and being satisfied with the work I had done was there. It was all there. And yet so was that damn carrot cloud in front of me. It was still there even after my book came out. I still found myself chasing after it. So then I thought, well, maybe it won't be the carrot until the book sells a certain amount of copies. Or maybe it won't be the carrot until I publish another book. Maybe that's actually the carrot, the next book. Or maybe the next one after that, or the next one after that, or the next one after that. Or maybe it won't be the carrot. Maybe it won't be the carrot until I do a live reading and signing of my book in a bookstore. Maybe that's it. Maybe that'll be the carrot. And then I did a live reading and signing of my book in a bookstore. And I'm telling you, it was truly one of the most special, spectacular moments of my life. It absolutely felt like success to me. And yet, I think you know it already, afterwards, when I woke up the next morning, I realized that damn shapeless, amorphous cloud was still there, just inches in front of my face, just out of reach, like always. It was still there. And at some point I looked down and I realized, oopsie, it was actually me who had been holding the stick the whole time. So I put it down. For years, I thought that once I finally got success, whatever that was, once I reached it, I thought that's when I would be able to stop chasing after it and enjoy the drive. But at some point I realized there would probably always be some next thing I would have to get to, wouldn't there? It'd always be the next book, the next video, the next reading. And I didn't know what the heck I was chasing after anyway. So I put it down. I decided I didn't want to chase after clouds. And yeah, a few times I got scared. I got freaked out and I grabbed for it again because chasing after something familiar felt more comfortable than chasing after nothing at all. But each time that I put it down and walked away from it, it got easier. And at some point I actually realized that without that cloud dangling there in front of my face, there was a bunch of stuff that I could see that I hadn't been able to see before with it in the way there. Yeah, there was a lot to see. I look around and see. Okay, so in 2010, Stefan and I went on a road trip through Scandinavia, and we had some days where we had a quick drive, and the point of the drive was simply to get us from point A to point B. And it was at point B that we would get out and explore, and that was the destination, point B. But other days, the drive was the point. Like, sure, we had a place where we planned to end up at the end of the day, but it was the drive that was in and of itself the destination. And to remind myself of this, I wrote on the top of our itinerary for those days, the drive is the trip. Enjoy the drive. And I guess that's the point of all this. When I finally stopped chasing after success, I did so to enjoy the drive. Because the drive is the trip. I realized the drive is the destination. And it was right there staring me in the face in 2010 when I went on that vacation with Stefan. Right there, I wrote it. The drive is the trip. Enjoy the drive. But no, it took me a few more years to finally see it. So my question for you is, what's been your experience when it comes to success? Something similar to mine or something totally different? Please let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, auf Wiedersehen.